Oh, yeah. Up the double. Battling back to the finish line. Oh, yeah. Beckett and Maverick. All right, we'll line them up for round two. All right, guys, they're lined up out there. On your mark, get set, go. Climbing back up here to my perch, we got Beckett Mills, we got Maverick Wolford battling into the first turn, side by side. These two racing hard today. Down the last straight they go. Coming back at us toward the finish line. It's Beckett, it's Maverick. Racing hard down the last straight. Oh, yeah, bringing it into the finish. Nice. All right, we're getting them lined up out here. Main event time for balance bikers. Oh, yeah. Are you guys ready? All right, on your mark. Get set, go. Oh, they're taking off. Down the first straight they go. Side by side down the first straight. Beckett Mills and Maverick Wofford. Into the first turn. They're going to come back down the last straight. Racing hard, Beckett and Maverick. Here they come. Racing hard down the last straight. Up and over the double. Going to bring it into the finish line. Let's give our balance bikers a hand. Putting on a show for you on a Saturday afternoon. Oh, yeah. All right, guys, we're staging up motos. So if you've got a moto, head on over to staging. Run, run. We got our scorers ready over there. All right. All right, guys, here we go. Meta number 2 on the track, 16 Cruiser. We got Justin Adkins, Tegan Clark, and Kane Dodson. In and out of the first turn, down the second straight they go. Got to be Adkins on the top spot. Little manual out of Kane as he passes Tegan into the second turn. Down the rhythm section they go. Single file. Through the rhythm section, coming back at me. Adkins on the top spot, going to bring it back through. Adkins, they're going side by side down the last straight. Looks like Spider-Man going to take the 2 with Clark on the 3. All right, guys, here we go. Meta number 3 on the track. Down the first straight they go. 36-40 Cruisers. Jose Brew, Whitney Swartzentruber, and Ron Markarian. Down the second straight they go. Markarian going to show the way. It's Markarian, Brew, and Swartzentruber as they make their way around through the rhythm section. Markarian, Brew, Swartzentruber, single file, making their way back around. Down the last straight, the Gold Cup 1. Markarian going to take your 1. with Brew on the 2. And Schwarzentrieber coming back through. All right, guys, here we go. Meta number 4 on the track, 5 and under novice, headed down the first straight. We got Lincoln Connor, Evelyn Curtin, Rylan Rupp, and Beckett Mills. 5 and under novice, one of my favorite groups of the day. Down the second straight they go. I believe that's got to be Curtin on the top spot, showing the way, the 735. We got how's that, Rylan? Down the rhythm section they go, 5 and under on the track, racing hard. In and out of the last turn, they're going to come back at me. Get some numbers. Oh, that's a 750, a Rylan Rupp going to show the way. Looks like Beckett Mills on the 2. Is that Connor on the 3? And Evelyn, the 735. They're all coming back through toward the finish line. Nice racing out of our 5 and under crew. All right, guys, here we go. Gates down, meta number 5 on the track. 7 novice class headed down the first straight. We got Jonah Todd, Aiden Eaton, Theo Nielsen, and Lucas Salinas racing hard in and out of that first turn and down the second straight. Looks like the 706 bike, a Jonah Todd on the top spot, but he's got company coming from Nielsen. Salinas in there on the 3 as they come out of the second turn. On Nielsen making a move for that top spot. Todd trying to battle back. They're racing hard for the 1. Salinas in there on the 3 as they come back down the last straight. Going to go side by side, coming back to the line. Pedaling, racing hard back to the line. Going to go Nielsen, Todd, and Salinas. 1, 2, 3. All right, guys, you ready? Here we go. Gates down, meta number 6 on the track, headed down the first straight into the first turn. 8-year-old novice class. It's Jet Willie, Parker Phillips, and Aubrey Eaton. Down the second straight they go. It's got to be Phillips on the top spot with Willie on the 2 and Eaton on the 3. Racing hard into the second turn. Single file headed into the rhythm section. Staying under control. Headed for that last turn, coming back around. The 226 of Phillips. Phillips going to take the 1. Looks like the 77 of Willie coming back through. And the 862 of Aubrey Eaton rounding out your podium. All right, guys, you ready? Here we go. Gates down, meta number 7, 10-year-old novice class headed down the first straight. We got Adele Bush, Oliver Phillips, Joseph Posmatier, Eleanor Todd, and Luke Waden. Down the second straight they go. Into that second turn. I believe that's Posmatier on the top spot with Phillips on the 2. Is that Waden on the 3? Coming back at me on the last straight, it is Posmatier looking to take the 1. Got Phillips on the 2. Waden, Bush, and Todd coming back through. All right, guys, here we go. Gates down, meta number 8 on the track, 12 novice class. We got Braxton Dingy, Ethan Schwartzentruber, Maggie Nielsen, and Jalen Brust as they race down the second straight. It's got to be Dingy on the top spot. Got Schwartzentruber sitting in his hip pocket. Got Brust and Nielsen in tow as they head into the rhythm section, making their way around. There's heat for that 1 as they head into the last turn. They're going to come back down the last straight. Schwartzentruber looking to the inside. Down the last straight they go, coming back. Oh, I don't know who got that. Schwartzentruber, Dingy, Brust, and Nielsen coming back through. All right, guys, here we go. Oh, yeah, 36-40 novice on the track. Meta number 9, Noel Klein, Dustin Rupp, and Zach Nielsen in and out of the first turn. It's got to be Klein showing the way. Got Rupp and Nielsen battling. Rupp got the edge. Nielsen right there as they head into the second turn, going side by side into the rhythm section, making their way through. Klein, the 683, Noel Klein got it under control coming down the last straight. Looks like Klein going to take your 1. Nielsen in there for the 2, and Rupp for the 3. All right, guys, here we go. Meta number 10 on the track, headed down the first straight, 9-year-old intermediate class. We got Kane Dodson, Austin Moore, and Celeste Van Horn in and out of the first turn and headed down the second straight. It's got to be the Gold Cup 1. Austin Moore going to show the way. Got Van Horn on the 2 and Dodson on the 3 as they come into the rhythm section, single file. Down the rhythm section they go into the last turn, going to come back at me on the last straight. It's definitely the Gold Cup 1 Moore going to bring it across the line. Got Van Horn on the 2 and Spider-Man, the 88 bike, on the 3. All right, guys, here we go. Gates down, 11 intermediate class. This will be a good one. Luke Little, Griffin Todd, Reed Cole, and Chase Baker. We're going 4 wide down the second straight. Looks like Baker on the top spot with Cole in the 2. Now they're going 3 wide into the turn. Oh, no, we lost one. In and out of the turn they go. He's back up. In and out of the turn. Coming back at me. We'll get Reed checked out. Coming back to the line, it looks like Baker and Todd getting Reed Cole checked out. Luke Little back up and making his way around. All right, guys, here we go. Gates down, 13 intermediate class, headed down the first straight. We got Bentley McKee, Justin Adkins, Nolan Froliger, and Kylie Klein in and out of the first turn going down the second straight. It's got to be McKee on the top spot with Froliger in there on the 2. Adkins and Klein single file into the rhythm section as they make their way around into the last turn. They're going to come back at me on the last straight. The state 2 bike of McKee going to come back through. Got Froliger on the 2. Adkins and Klein bringing it back through. All right, guys, here we go. Moto number 13, last moto of the first round, headed down this first straight. So if you're racing in the second round and we run total points, so I know you are, head on over to staging. We got a gaggle of them on the second straight, racing into the second turn. Williams, Geiger, Connor, Worthington, and Schwartzentruber down the second straight. Williams on the top spot, got Schwartzentruber on the 2. Worthington, Connor, and Geiger coming back to the line. Williams going to hold on with Schwartzentruber, Worthington, Connor, and Geiger. That's quite a BMX race there. We are we are staging up round 2, so if you've got a second round, head on over to staging. We will get you into staging and get you ready for the race. We're kicking off round 2, moto number 2 of round 2 on the track. 16 cruisers, Justin Adkins, Tegan Clark, and Kane Dotson in and out of the first turn, headed down the second straight. We got Adkins on the top spot, Dodson on the 2, Clark on the 3. Clark making a move to the bottom, Dodson on the top, winding it up, coming down that rhythm section. He's going to make a move for the 2. Here they come down the last straight. We got Adkins coming across the line. Dotson blowing Tegan's doors off. Coming back through, Dotson and Clark. All right, guys, here we go. Gates down, meta number 3 on the track, 36-40 Cruisers. We got Jose Brew, Whitney Schwartzentruber, and Ron Markarian down the second straight. Markarian going to show the way. Markarian, Brew, and Schwartzentruber single file into the rhythm section they go, making their way back around as they come in and out of the last turn. Down the last straight, coming back through Markarian, Brew, and Whitney Schwartzentruber. All right, guys, you ready? 5 and under crew's always ready. Here we go. Five and under novice on the track, meta number 4. Headed down the first straight, it's Lincoln Connor, Evelyn Curtin, Rylan Rupp, and Beckett Mills. All 4 riders into the first turn. We're picking them up as they head down the second straight. It's got to be the 750 bike of Rylan Rupp on the top spot. Looks like Beckett Mills in there on your 2. We got Connor and we got Curtin making their way around in and out of the second turn and headed for the rhythm section. Our youngest riders on the track putting on a show as they race hard into the rhythm section. Through the rhythm section, coming back at me on the last straight, looks like the 750 of Rylan Rupp. Going to bring it back through on your top spot. We got Beckett Mills, the 475, in there on the 2. Down the last straight, the 982 of Connor and the 735 of Curtin battling for that 3 spot. Oh, they're going side by side down the last straight. Connor going to come across the line. Curtin going to bring it back through. All right, guys, here we go. Meta number 5 on the track, 7 novice class headed down the first straight. We got Jonah Todd, Aiden Eaton, Theo Nielsen, and Lucas Salinas. Down the second straight they go. They're going side by side for the top spot. They're going side by side for the 3. Eaton and Salinas for the 3. Nielsen and Todd for the 1. They're side by side all over the track. Into the last turn they go, battling. Oh, man, Todd going to hang on to it on the bottom. Nielsen, they're going side by side down the last straight, racing back to the finish line. Look at these dudes putting on a show, coming back to the line, Todd and Nielsen. I don't know who won that one. And we got Eaton and Salinas battling as they come down the last straight. Coming back to the finish line. It looks like Eaton and Salinas bringing it back across the line. Meta number 6 on the track, 8-year-old novice class. We got Jet Willie, Parker Phillips, and Aubrey Eaton in and out of the first turn and headed down the second straight. 3 riders. It's got to be the 226 of Phillips on the top spot with the 77 of Willie and the 862 of Eaton. Single file out of turn 2. Down the rhythm section they go. They're making their way around into the last turn. Going to come back at me. Looks like Phillips going to have your 1. The 77 of Willie in there on the 2. and the A62 of Aubrey Eaton on your 3. All right, guys, here we go. Gates down, meta number 7, 10-year-old novice class on the track. We got Adele Bush, Oliver Phillips, Joseph Posmatier, Eleanor Todd, and Luke Waden. Down the second straight they go. We're picking them up as they head into the second turn. It's got to be Posmatier on the top spot with Phillips on the 2. Is that Waden on the 3? Bush and Todd. Everybody racing hard into the last turn. Oh, careful there. Posmatier going to bring it across the line. Phillips on your 2. Oh, Waden lost a pedal. See if he can gather it back in. He gathers it back in. Waden, Bush, and Todd coming across the line. Moto number 8 on the track, 12-year-old novice class headed down the first straight. We got Braxton Dingy, Ethan Schwartzentruber, Maggie Nielsen, and Jalen Brust racing hard in and out of this first turn down the second straight. It's got to be Dingy on the top spot with Schwartzentruber, Brust, and Nielsen in tow as they head out of the second turn into the rhythm section. This is where it started closing up into the last turn. We'll see what we got coming. Back down the last straight, coming back at me, Dingy, cranking, Dingy, Schwartzentruber, Brust, and Nielsen coming back through. All right, guys, here we go. Baker, is this your first intermediate race? Is this your first intermediate race? Second. Gates down, meta number 9 on the track, 36-40 novice. We got Noel Klein, Dustin Rupp, and Zach Nielsen. Down the second straight they go into the second turn. We're picking them up. It's Noel Klein on the top spot, but Nielsen going to try that low line as they head into the rhythm section. Klein, Nielsen, and Rupp, single file, headed for the last turn. We're going to bring them down the last straight, see if Klein can hold on. Looks like Klein, Nielsen, and Rupp, 1, 2, 3, back to the line. All right, guys, here we go. Moto number 10 on the track, 9-year-old intermediates taking it down the first straight. We got Kane Dodson, Austin Moore, and Celeste Van Horn in and out of the first turn and down the second straight. As we pick them up, it's got to be Austin Moore on the top spot. So it's Moore, it's Van Horn, it's Dodson. Single file out of the turn and down the rhythm section they go. Through the rhythm section, we're going to pick them up on the last straight. Coming back at me, the Gold Cup 1 of Moore, going to get it done. Moore going to take your 1. Van Horn on your 2. And the 88 bike is Spider-Man, going to take your 3. All right, guys, here we go. Oh, yeah, here's one to watch. This was a good one in the first round. Meta number 11, 11 intermediates. Luke Little, Griffin Todd, Reed Cole, and Chase Baker. In and out of the first turn and down the second straight they go. It's got to be Griffin Todd. Todd in the front. Looks like Baker, Little, and Cole Cole back out there. Good to see as they race into the second last turn, side by side for the 2. But Todd's checking out on him. Coming back at me on the last straight. Looks like Griffin Todd on your 1. Little on your 2. Baker and Cole coming back through. Gates down. Meta number 12 on the track, 13 intermediates. We got Bentley McKee, Justin Adkins, Nolan Froliger, and Kylie Klein in and out of the first turn, headed down the second straight. Into the second turn, it's got to be McKee, Froliger, Klein, and Adkins battling. Adkins going to sneak by. Into the rhythm section they go. Coming back at me on the last straight as we pick him up. Oh, McKee, you better be careful there. McKee, Froliger, Adkins, and Klein coming across the line. All right, guys, here we go. Gates down. 26 to 35 intermediates on the track. Moto number 13, Williams, Geiger, Connor, Worthington, and Schwartzentruber. Down the second straight they go. We're picking them up. It's got to be Williams on the top spot. So it's Williams, Worthington, Connor, Schwartzentruber, and Geiger as they head into the rhythm section. Schwartzentruber making a charge. Into the last turn they go. Coming back at me on the last straight. Williams got it under control, but it's all kinds of racing behind him. Schwartzentruber going to grab the 2 with Worthington, Connor, and Geiger coming back through. We'll take a nice long break in honor of Whitney Schwartzentruber. All right, guys, I got Whitney up here. You know what that means. We're going to start staging up motos here shortly. Just a minute or so. Make sure you mark your calendars. Next Saturday, I think we have 37 riders in BMX Racing League right now. And there's some fast dudes and chicks. So we're going to have 37 riders out here Saturday from BMX Racing League, their first ever BMX race. Next Saturday. Last league race is Wednesday night, and then they're going to be here Saturday for their first open race. So make sure you mark your calendars. Next Saturday should be a pretty good weekend here at Marysville BMX. All right, guys, we're staging up main events. So if you've got a main event, head on up here. We can't all be like Russ and Josh and just chill in the shade over there. I'm up here in the sun. So next Saturday, we got a race going down. We got 37 brand new BMXers coming out. Gates down. Main events kicking off with main event number 2, 16 cruisers. We got Justin Adkins, Tegan Clark, and Kane Dodson. Down the second straight they go. It's got to be TC Clark on the top spot with Adkins on the 2 and Dodson on the 3 as they head through the rhythm section. Single file through the rhythm section. TC getting it done. Got some new shoes and bringing them back around on the top spot. Going to go Clark, Adkins, and Dodson in your first main event of the day. All right, guys, here we go. Gates down, main event number 3 on the track, 36-40 cruisers. Jose Brew, Whitney Schwartzentruber, and Ron Markarian. Down the second straight they go. Markarian and Brew side by side into the second turn. Brew going to go the low line, hanging on to it. Markarian trying to battle back. Schwartzentruber in the 3 as they head into the last turn. They're going to bring it back around. Single file, tight quarter racing as they come down the last straight side by side. Markarian, Brew, and Schwartzentruber. 1, 2, 3. All right, guys, you ready? Here we go. Main event number 4 on the track, 5 and under novice. We got Lincoln Connor, Evelyn Curtin, Rylan Rupp, and Beckett Mills In and out of the first turn. They're side by side for the 2, but it's Rylam Rupp going to show the way. Looks like Beckett Mills taking over that 2 spot with Lincoln Connor in the 3 and Evelyn Curtin on the 4 as they head into the second turn. We're picking them up as they come out of that turn. Rupp showing the way. We got Mills on the 2, racing hard through the rhythm section. Connor and Curtin side by side for the 3. Here they come down the last straight, the 750 bike of Rylam Rupp looking to take all 3 rounds. Rupp going to bring it across the line. Mills in there on the 2. Looks like Curtin on your 3. And Connor going to bring it around on the 4. Gates down, main event number 5 on the track, 7 novice class. We got Jonah Todd, Aiden Eaton, Theo Nielsen, and Lucas Salinas as they head down the second straight. They're side by side for the top spot. Into the second turn, it's Nielsen and Todd battling. Nielsen going to come away with the lead. Todd going to battle back. Salinas in the 3, Eaton in the 4 as they battle through the rhythm section. Through the rhythm section they go, making their way around. Coming back at me on the last straight, it's Nielsen and Todd battling for that 1. Coming back to the line, who's it going to be? Nielsen going to hold on with Todd on the 2. Coming down the last straight, the 474 is Salinas on your 3. Coming back through, we got Aiden Eaton on the 4. Rounding out your main event number 5. Main event number 6 on the track. 8-year-old novice headed down the first straight. We got Jet Willie, Parker Phillips, and Aubrey Eaton. In and out of the first turn and down the second straight they go. It's got to be Phillips on the top spot. So it's Phillips, Willie, and Eaton headed into that second turn. Out of the turn and through the rhythm section they go, pedaling and pumping. Headed for that last turn. We'll pick them up on the last straight as they come back at me. The 226 of Phillips going to get it done. Phillips, Willie, and Eaton. 1, 2, 3 coming back through. All right, guys, you ready? Here we go. Main event number 7 on the track. 10 novice class headed down the first straight. Adele Bush, Oliver Phillips, Joseph Posmatier, Eleanor Todd, and Luke Wadden. Down the second straight they go into the second turn. It's got to be Posmatier showing the way. So we got Posmatier and Phillips side by side. Looks like Bush in there for the 3 with Todd. Oh no, we lost Eleanor. Hey man, the girls are tough. She's back up. Let's give Eleanor a hand. Here they come back through. Got Posmatier, Phillips, Bush, Wadden, and Eleanor Todd. See, boys, that's how it's done. These girls are tough. They'll jump right back up. Main event number 8 on the track, 12 novice class headed down the first straight. We got Braxton Dingy, Ethan Schwartzentruber, Maggie Nielsen, and Jalen Brust. In and out of the first turn, down the second straight they go. It's got to be Dingy on the top spot. Schwartzentruber, Brust, and Nielsen in tow as they come out of the second turn and into the rhythm section. They're pumping through the rhythm section, headed for that last turn. Dingy trying to stretch it out. Schwartzentruber trying to reel him back in as they come down the last straight. Coming back at us, it's Dingy, Schwartzentruber, Brust, and Nielsen rounding out your main event number 8. Main event number 9. I crack myself up here sometimes. Main event number 9, 36-40 novice on the track. Noel Klein, Dustin Todd, Dustin Rupp, and Zach Nielsen. In and out of the second turn. Oh, we got Nielsen going to show the way. Klein going to battle back. Rupp on the 3 as they head into the last turn. They're still battling for that top spot. Coming down the last straight, side by side. Oh, Klein going to make a move. Klein, Nielsen, and Rupp. 1, 2, 3. All right, guys. Here we go. Main event number 10 on the track, 9 intermediate class, headed down the first straight. We got Kane Dodson, Austin Moore, and Celeste Van Horn battling in main event number 10. Down the second straight they go. It looks like Moore on the top spot. There's a battle for the 2. Van Horn's got it. Dodson trying to find a way as they head into the rhythm section, pumping their way through. Onto the last straight, coming back at me, the Gold Cup 1, Austin Moore. Going to take all 3 rounds. Looks like Van Horn in there for the 2 with Spider-Man, Kane Dodson on the 3. All right, guys, here we go. This has been one of the more hotly contested races of the day. 11 intermediates, main event number 11. Luke Little, Griffin Todd, Reed Cole, and Chase Baker. Down the second straight they go. Oh, it's got to be Griffin Todd taking over the 1. Reed Cole in the 2. Oh, they're going side by side. Little making a move for the 2. Little, Cole battling for the 2. We got Baker. Here they come down the last straight, coming back at me. Looks like Griffin Todd going to take your 1. Little on your 2. Cole and Baker coming back through. All right, guys, here we go. Main event number 12 on the track, headed into the first turn. We got 13 intermediates out there. Bentley McKee, Justin Adkins, Nolan Froliger, and Kylie Klein. Down the second straight they go. It's got to be McKee on the top spot. So it's McKee, Froliger trying to make a move for that 2. He and Adkins are going to battle down the rhythm section. Klein in there. Into the last turn they go. Coming back at me on the last straight. Looks like McKee going to get it done. McKee, Adkins, Froliger, and Klein coming back through. Gates down, last main event of the day. 26-35 intermediates battling out there. Main event 13. Williams, Geiger, Connor, Worthington, and Schwartzentruber racing hard into the second turn. Williams showing the way. Schwarzentroober trying to make a charge. Worthington, Connor, and Geiger as they race into the last turn, coming back at me on the last straight. Can those young legs get it done? Coming back to the line, side by side, Schwarzentroober, Williams, Worthington, Connor, and Matty G. Thanks for coming out, everybody. Beautiful day. Hope you have a good weekend. Gate practice on Monday night. We have our last BMX Racing League night of the year on Wednesday night, and next Saturday you will get to meet this crew of rowdies, and they're going to fit right in, and there's some fast riders in there. So make sure you mark your calendars to be here next weekend. We will have about 35 new riders out here.